Snow Patrol are one of the biggest bands of the 90s and the noughties, and they're bringing Sounds of the City to a close on Sunday at the Castlefield Bowl. And I've been talking to Gary Lightbody, the singer from the band, and once again, I love to explore that situation where somebody has been involved with a unique and iconic piece of music and their biggest hits, Chasing Cars. I asked Gary what that particular song meant to him.
And I understand completely the question, and yeah, there are at times, there have been occasional times when it has felt like a burden, and I'm talking about just moments, but for the most part, a blessing. It took a long time to have a hit, but like when we had a hit with Run, we weren't really expecting to have, you know, any other ones. So we certainly weren't expecting to have an even bigger one, which is Cars. So, and because of that, we ended up going around the world many, many times, playing loads of different places. And I have to think that it probably wouldn't have happened, and we probably wouldn't have had as much longevity and as much of a kick on without it. So, a pleasure for the most part, and yeah, a few instances where you're maybe being asked about chasing cars in an interview and nothing else. They don't want to talk about anything else, so that can be a burden.
Also, I mean, you know, as much as a performer, I remember watching a video once of the Monterey Pop Festival in '67, and the Byrds were one of the headliners, and they came on and they didn't do their two American number ones, Mr. Tambourine Man and Turn, because they just weren't in the mood. And I often think about that when you're performing something. I know you love the song and it's from your heart and you wrote it, so it's a baby of yours, but when you perform it, you can't perform that half-hearted. You've got to gird your loins in a way, haven't you, and deliver it properly.
Absolutely. There's no point. But yeah, if you're not going to be able to do that, then don't put it in the set list. That's for sure. But we've never had a problem with that. It's felt like when everybody starts singing along to it, like, you know, we're blessed with a lot of songs people sing along with, and it's an absolute, it's magic when it happens. Like, it's nothing else like it. And you know, when people start singing along, Chasing Cars, sometimes I don't even sing. You know what I mean? It's just the crowd sings it. So who wouldn't want that experience as many times as possible before they die? You know?
I remember when I first heard Run, and you think that's a nice piece of rock and roll, that, and you just assumed that the band formed, you know, a year ago. It's only when I'm looking through your discography today, there was a fair road, wasn't there, to success before anything whatsoever happened to you guys, apart from in your sort of geographical area. What was that journey like when, you know, year in, year out, you've not, in inverted commas, made it?
Yeah, there was a lot of questions from various band members' parents, including my own, when you going to get a proper job and all that. That was a pretty constant weekly question. For, you know, it took from '94 to 2004 was our, you know, the first 10 years of the band, and Run was a hit the start of 2004. So yeah, we had 10 years with no success at all. I mean, you know, we were playing to 20, maybe 40 people a night in England, Scotland, maybe a little bit more in Scotland and Ireland. We started to build, you know, slowly over those 10 years. By the time 2003 came along, we were maybe playing to 500 people in Ireland, you know, which in both Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. So that was a big success for us at the time, you know. And then, you know, Run happened and everything changed. It went bananas.
Gary Lightbody from the Snow Patrol. More from my chat with Gary tomorrow, when we're going to find out how important his heritage is to him and how he's been inspired by other artists and bands. Remember, Snow Patrol at Castlefield Bowl, bringing Sounds of the City to a close on Sunday.